Rolling like a ball is a fantastic exercise for massaging your spine and getting vital circulation to the muscles that surround your spine, and then also to the really important discs that are between the vertebra of your spine. And those discs are supposed to be full of blood and circulation at all times so that they can stay fresh and support and create space to protect the bones from rubbing against each other. But often what happens is they lose circulation and then they start to collapse and break, and we have problems in our back. So these rolling exercises are very important for helping keep that going. Often when you start out with Pilates, you might have some tightness in your back that prevents you from rolling smoothly. So I want to go over what you can do to work on that in the beginning. So first of all, sit on your mat, and one other thing that I just thought of that often is troublesome for some people is sometimes the very base of our spine, your little tailbone either sticks out a little differently than the rest, or it just happens to stay at a little point, and it's quite painful when someone balances on it. And if that's the case for you, I'm going to give you the option of taking either two yoga mats, or rather two Pilates mats, any kind of mat that's thick enough to get you off of your floor, and put them next to each other, and then add a cushion on top of that. So it would be like 3 mats, 2 right next to each other with just enough space so that you can balance your body on top of that little crevice, and then another mat covering, so that when you're rolling, when you go to those rolling exercises, you're protecting and lifting yourself off of that spot. This is rare. I usually find maybe 10% of people have that problem, but it's important if you do have it because it's very painful and you don't want to roll on it or balance on it. So stay off of it and see if at some point it might start to roll better or curve back in and match the rest of your spine, be more flexible. Okay, so back to, for those of us who have a tight lower back, when you roll, it often starts looking like this. You come down and it's a collapse, and then you have trouble getting back up because that part right there is tight and you might not have the strength to bring yourself back up. So if that's the case, I want you to hold the back of your legs, scoop your belly in and round as deeply as you can. Imagine someone is pressing your stomach, your belly button down towards your spine, and try and get your tummy to scoop so you're making a letter C. And then hold that position and lift one leg at a time off the floor and see if you can just rock back to your belly button and round back up. So it's just your hips. Rock back a little and round back up. And that's easy for me because I've been doing this for a very long time, but at the beginning it wasn't. I did not have as much control as I have now. I would get up and wobble around quite a bit. My back also had a tight spot there, so I had difficulty. So you might need to practice for a long time. Now, that's a version if you're a person who has a tight lower back. Some of you are very loose and wobbly, and your joints happen to be very open, and in that case, you're going to find yourself rolling like this. You'll roll back, and you'll roll up, and everything will wiggle around. And you don't want that either. So you're going to work on tightening things up so that when you roll back, it's like there's a bowling ball on top of you, and you want to not let the bowling ball roll off. So you're not wobbling anything around. Okay? And I'm giving a modification right now for the rolling, holding the back of my legs. Eventually, you want to be holding yourself in a tight little ball, keeping your feet glued to your bottom as you roll so that nothing comes apart. You'll often see your feet come apart and go back like this in order to give you momentum to get back up. And I don't want that. I want you to stay in that little ball as if we surrounded you in an eggshell and you're trying to rock your egg back and forth very tight and small. And this gives you the full benefit of circulation and really squishing out all your organs and opening up your back so it can get its full circulation. Thanks so much.